Or with Johnny Radio.
If you like pina coladas.
On AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
The only man to give death a near Johnny experience. Johnny Harden.
Yo, yo, yo! Welcome into a little Sports 56 Happy Hour with your very good friend, Johnny Radio. Gabe Kuhn is also with me. I'm very lucky to have him. Make sure you listen to Tuesdays at 3:30 also with Wolo and Stats, because they break down the Tigers with my man Gabe Kuhn. I listened to him this morning, breaking down some of his music with Peter Edmondson.
How'd you feel about my
Anthony
music
Sain.
taste?
It was very interesting. I like it. It's pretty good, not bad. I'm
all over the place, let's be real.
I call it happy rap. That's what me and Cole call it. Like, I
Happy
like happy rap. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, and I know what you mean. Like, there's also, of course, like, some 8-ball MJG, but that's also still, I know some of the things that they say, but it just has that happy beat. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes you do.
And also me personally, I'm a fan of like the Ice Cube, Tupac, some of the sort of laid back West Coast style of. And Snoop Dogg was in there. The laid back sort of 90s rap hip hop game. It's a good time.
Bro, by the way, we talked last week, speaking of little rap, we talked about on Hardenwood, a young lady who's getting a lot of money every month, $2 million a month in child support. Oh my goodness, it must be good to be married to a rich man. Or be a rich man, or just be rich, period. But anyway, speaking of that, I got to speak about a bunch of rich dudes playing quarterback and a bunch of really talented young people, and you're going to think to yourself, hold on, who is he going to talk about? Well, I'm going to talk about one rich dude who's stinky. Carson Wentz got paid like a mug, and he is, wow, he literally gave the game away. I'll talk to you about that. They're up 17-0 on Washington. And you lose the game. Good job, Carson. You got Aaron Rodgers, who's balling. Yeah. Why did you get Mr. Love? Jordan for what? Like, dude, you got other than one receiver, you got. I mean, honestly, dude, every time he would catch, the catch would somebody would catch, I would wait to hear who this dude's name was. You know what I'm saying? Or I would read the back of his jersey. It's crazy. Aaron Rodgers has thrown to less first-round and second-round wide receivers in his career than anybody in the history of the NFL, and that kind of freaked me out. I didn't even know they kept some stats like that. But they have it, and Aaron Rodgers, he can take almost anybody. And, by the way, he's turned Devontae Adams, who looked like DeAndre Hopkins. Hopkins had 14 receptions. Adams had 14 receptions. Both had 156 yards. My man Adams had 2 touchdowns. I think, I believe, didn't Hopkins only have 1?
One what?
Touchdown.
I believe so.
Anyway, they were
also,
awesome.
can I ask the question again?
Which question?
Bill O'Brien, what the hell were you thinking?
Getting rid of DeAndre?
Come on, man.
By the way, I'm going to talk about it in a little bit because we're going to talk some Big 12 and about how close Texas Tech was from really having an embarrassing week. The Big 12 lost 3 games. Congratulations to the Sun Belt. Sun Belt deserves all the credit, in my opinion. Sun Belt went out there and won 3 games against the Big 12. But Houston Baptist and Bailey Zappi threw for 567 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and Texas Tech held off Houston Baptist 35-33.
Held off.
They held them off at the end, bro. They really did.
Wait, 567, is that the number?
He threw for
no
500.
no interceptions. 4 touchdowns.
Now and through 2
Good
games,
Lord.
and by the way, they lost their first game of the year to North Texas. They almost beat Texas Tech. They lost to North Texas pretty good too.
I can't wait to talk about this because I think there's a conversation that needs to be had about how we talk about it as the media when these things happen. But we'll talk about it later.
We're going to do that after our buddy at 1:30, Terry Davis, joins us because we got a whole lot to talk about. COVID-19, the University of Memphis. We got Arkansas State, speaking of the Sun Belt Conference, and going out there and getting a big win. Damn.
Think the Tigers look a lot better because of that win?
Actually, I do. To be honest with you, I think it changes my total opinion of the Tigers' first game, to be honest with you.
And heck, did you see Lincoln Perry, too, from Houston?
Dude,
nice little 50-some-odd
what's
yard
up?
run.
Dude, I love that kid. He went out there. Dude, my man, listen, Coach Thomas over at Houston told me we had God, who joined our show? What's his name? He was so
Raheem Shabazz.
Yes, Coach
Shabazz.
Shabazz. He joined the show also and said, this young man is going to go and be a baller. You watch. Dude. This is year one.
I was going to be – this is the thing
You
about
wait a couple
him
years.
that kills
some
me
more weight.
is the fact that he goes into a successful program as a true freshman
And gets time.
playing time
Yeah.
in the first two games
And by the
against
way-
good quality opponents.
And we're going to talk about some of this today. I really am going to talk about Gabe Kuhn with this, and I think Gabe's kind of referencing it, and it's our perception of the Power Five and everybody else. I mean, I know, the American is the one that everybody kind of looks at.
Power six.
The
is what they try to
P6
say.
they try to say, but I want people to understand something, man. Let's get real here on this one. The Sun Belt won 3 games this weekend. 3 games against the Big 12. Not the American, but the Sun Belt. Like Coastal Carolina.
And I really want to have this conversation later because it's interesting when these things happen, the mental gymnastics and the justification we have to sort of let these power teams off the hook. And I really want to talk about it because we did it. I see a lot of people in the media doing it yet again, even though the Big 12 more or less got swept by the Sun Belt this weekend.
Yep, they got swept by the Sun Belt. And then the sad thing is this weekend was Texas Tech doesn't hold off Houston Baptist there at the end, and Mr. Bailey Zappi gets one more touchdown. They are a four-team loser this weekend. Man, Houston, Big 12 is like, damn, why didn't we wait to open in like a couple weeks like the SEC?
But I will say this, though. How happy were you to have the first big week of NFL and college football at the same time? It was a great weekend.
Can I tell you, in all
Great
honesty,
weekend.
I have not watched that much. Okay, now my back is a little sore today because I sat on the couch and watched so much football, baseball.
You
and
sat down?
basketball.
You never sit down.
Well, I get up and down, and I think that's why the lower part of my back is kind of sore.
Lower lumbar, you
Yeah.
need to get a nice
And-
deep tissue
and then
massage.
and then I'm like, going crazy left and right and doing all these dances. I think it's my dancing that maybe gets my lower back a little sore. I haven't danced that much in a long time.
And know what else you haven't even brought up yet, and I know we're going to get to the leadoff. Mike Norvell.
Dude, hey, how you like your first game? Getting beat by Georgia
one.
Tech, homie.
Worst team in the conference.
Man, they were picked dead.
Oof.
Dead bleeping last is all
I mean, that's all I can say is oof.
All you can say is, dang, man, it looks bad down there. Your best player called you a liar. You already had, dude, the one thing I was going to say, I thought, truthfully, this is what I thought. It was a horrible offseason for Mike Norvell. I truly thought when the season started that what Willie, they paid Willie Taggart $18 million to not deal with this? Good Lord. Okay, so what I'm saying is I thought Willie Taggart must have been the worst coach in the world, man. Dude got $18 million to say goodbye, to not work. When you pay somebody $18 million to not work, you have to be bad at your job. You got to think as an athletic director, man, we got a really talented football team. Bro, I thought once he got on the field, there was going to be some solace. There was going to be a redeeming quality in him, and he was going to be able to win the fans back over, his team back over. I thought he was going to have an innovative offense. Holy cow. The one place that I thought he was going to find a little piece of happiness, but it didn't happen, and it was Georgia Tech, and that is embarrassing. Could you imagine if there were fans in the stands?
There actually were.
Oh, yeah,
like
there were
16,000 in there.
16,000, yeah. But you know what I'm saying.
But
like,
yeah, of course I know what you're saying.
Like, could you? Oh my gosh, you would have never have heard. Oh my God, it would have been loud. It would have been.
And just to be clear, Twitter has already Florida State football Twitter, as you could imagine, has already blown up.
Could you imagine 80,000 Seminole fans booing you at once right now in your first game ever because you lose to Georgia Tech? 16. Wait, dude. By the way, just so you know, they didn't lose because they gave up like 30 some odd points. They only scored 13. They lost 16-13 in the most boring game of the weekend. Oh my goodness! But you know what time it is? We got Terry Davis. We got Hardenwood. We got so much NFL to talk about. But Gabe Kuhn, I'm in the box. I'm ready for the leadoff.
All right, where else to start besides with the Big Ten? Okay, the more that comes out, the more we realize the Big Ten is in shambles at the moment. Good
The more
God.
that comes out.
The Big Ten is on the fence still about playing football this year. I thought it was over with. I thought we had already burned this bridge, but
Can we just
the
raise your hands if you know what the hell the Big Ten is doing?
Supposedly, yeah.
I'm putting my hand
put that
down.
damn hand down.
Yeah,
you have
just
no
want you
idea.
to know I put it down.
Supposedly, this rapid antigen test changed the thought process around the whole not playing this year. And some are saying it's going to be an all-or-nothing situation where all teams play or none do. And then there's some people that say some will play and some won't. Michigan and Michigan State, namely, are the ones that wouldn't play because of the state they're in. But I just want to ask you, do you think the Big Ten will revote and end up playing during the quote-unquote fall season?
How the hell does Detroit get to play, but Michigan and Michigan State can't play? Just because of Gretchen? Like, I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense to me. I understand that she can have maybe power over the high school kids because they're kids. She's a governor. If a conference and everybody else and their grandmother's playing, I don't know how you be like, I'm Gretchen. The NFL can play, but no, not you. You're college. Now go to class. You know? Like, whoa, hold on. I thought this thing was serious, Joe. It is serious, but, you know, I mean, we're going to talk about it with the University of Memphis, who's not going to be able to play their game. Terry Davis was at the, press conference with, of course, Ryan Silverfield. We're going to talk about that.
An angry Ryan Silverfield.
A very angry Ryan Silverfield. Yeah, we're going to talk about that situation. And if there's a COVID breakout, guess what they do? They quit playing. They did it in the baseball this season. The St. Louis Cardinals fans know all about it. Dead gum. Miami Marlins, you remember that? Baseball, they ain't playing no games. You got to look around in the NBA. They were fortunate enough to be in this bubble, and it's worked amazing because they've been very vigilant. So if you're extremely vigilant, if you're very smart, if you have testing going, I don't see why not. But I do have to say one thing. There is nobody that I would rather I mean, if I could change places, usually if you told me, yo, you're going to be the commissioner of a Power 5 conference, I'm like, done, deal, let's do this. I'm switching positions, baby. Kevin Warren, don't put me in his body right now. Like, we ain't doing that whole body switch. Have you ever seen, what is it, Big?
Freaky Friday?
No, what's the, yeah, is it Freaky Friday? No. What's the little girl that was, she was in, she like switches places. She was in a Parent Trap show.
Is it a new one?
Her parents
Is it a
were
new
crazy.
movie you're
she
thinking
used to do
of?
like
What are you
a lot of partying.
Oh man, I'm
redheaded girl.
I'm lost, man. You figured it out.
Damn, no, I'm never gonna make it. 67129. Help out an idiot. But anyway, basically that's kind of like the Big 12. Nobody knows what's going on. I can't
Big 10.
the Big 10. Sorry. Yeah, Big 12. Nobody knows how to win. Big 10 or count in either conference. The Big 10, though, for real, I mean, you got Justin Fields, you got Nebraska, you got Ryan Day saying, hey, that. By the way, Ryan Day sure sounded like he was confident they were going to play, didn't he?
He has the whole time.
He really has, dude.
Kind of a piece of work.
He's a very interesting man. But anyway, so you had the President of the United States call, man. I will tell you one thing. Mr. Gabe Kuhn, I don't know what's going on with the Big Ten. I know they are going to have some kind of vote. I know they say it's because of this new rapid test response. I will tell you, what it is. You're watching everybody else play, and you're saying, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, damn. And by the way, NFL this weekend, yes, sir, that was some awesome stuff. College football has been flat out of control. Football is feeling good. And by the way, I know everything's not back to normal, but especially like a lot of NFL stadiums were completely empty. But I don't care. Having football back, I never knew anything could feel so damn good. Baseball felt good. Basketball felt good. Football takes it to a different level.
So with the question about the Big Ten, you're not giving me a yes or no. You don't know.
I'm giving you.
I have no idea.
If they come back and play, I'm giving you. Nobody in the world knows. Not even the presidents of the universities, not the coaches, not the governor of Michigan. The president of the United States doesn't really even know. Just remember on Friday we were talking with your brother. We thought they were at the other 1 yard line going 99 yards. Then over the weekend things change and maybe they are at the 1 yard line.
They might be in the red zone.
They might be in the zone, baby. I don't know, man. We're going to find out, though. I'll tell you one thing, though. We got football, and football's back, and it's been fun.
Yep, and I want to ask you about the NFL.
Oh, by the way, speaking of something, if you heard, my man Eli Savoy at the end of his show with Greg and Eli on middays today, he was very emotional, very, very, very fired up, talking about the kids having that moment, that big moment of a win, like Bartlett, Christian Brothers beating MUS, et cetera, et cetera. I kind of talked about that with you because, man, when you're a senior and it's your last year, this is 90% of people in the world's last season of their life, and they don't get it back.
You don't play football after you get out of high school either if you don't play at the college level. So it's definitely sad. And we'll see Shelby County Schools, they're going to make a decision here early this week. That's at least what they said. So we'll have to see. But I want to talk NFL. Biggest surprises from week 1 of the NFL season.
By far, for me, Kyler Murray.
I told you. Wait, this was pre-draft.
You did
that he was going to be a good player.
By the way, I will tell you something. I didn't think Cliff Kingsbury was going to work in the National Football League. I didn't think Kyler Murray's height, because it's one thing to be short, because Drew Brees can do it when he's short. Kyler Murray is real damn short. Like he makes Drew Brees looks down at him and is like, "Hey, you're cute, kid." But dude can flat out ball. He's got a missile for an arm. Somehow he finds all the lanes. He also, by the way, did you see how he ran?
91 yards.
And can I tell you something? Cliff Kingsbury, you got to give this man some credit as well because he drew up a hell of an offense against a heck of a defense. And let me tell you a little secret. He got DeAndre Hopkins in his first game the most receptions in his career. That's good coaching.
I'm also going to say this. We always talk about Lamar Jackson, him running the ball and not taking big hits. Kyler Murray is the same way. He's like a little squirmy, little 5'9" quarterback, and he never gets hit hard. He always avoids contact. He did it at Oklahoma. He seems to be doing it in the league.
And by the way, I want to tell you something. He rushed for 91 yards, a touchdown. The Cardinals won 24-20 over the San Francisco 49ers and Jimmy G. By the way, y'all remember San Francisco played in the Super Bowl last year, didn't you? And yes, he also didn't just run for 91 yards. He threw for 230 yards, a touchdown. He only had one pick, but he got the ball 14 times to DeAndre Hopkins for 151 yards. And I just got to say, yes, sir. Getting it done, dude. And by the way, don't you think that's one of the biggest surprises?
100%. The Cardinals coming out against the basic prohibitive favorite coming out of the best division in football, the NFC West. Like, I don't think anybody expected the Cardinals to do that.
Now, some people are saying Washington. I will tell you, if you can ask Drew Barrett, I picked Washington to beat Philadelphia because that defensive front, I said Carson Wentz will turn the ball over a few times. And watch this, Washington and Riverboat Ron will win this game late. Holy cow, when it was 17-0, I was feeling really stupid. And then right there at the end of the second quarter, when he throws that pick, and then Dwayne Haskins goes down the field in 57 seconds and scores a touchdown right before half and changes the whole momentum of that game. Defensive ends came out in the second half crazy. Kerrigan, Womack. Man, I'm telling you, dude. Carson Wentz, bonk. The next, I'm sorry.
Oh, my gosh, man. The Eagles keep getting worse and worse. I think Carson Wentz, to be honest with you, getting a little worse and worse. But I want to talk about Monday Night Football. We're going to have two games tonight, one of them being Titans. Titans are in action in Denver at Mile High Stadium, and they are 3-point favorites. Drew Lock will be starting for the Broncos, and they should be a somewhat changed team. But do you think the Titans, being one of the favorites in the AFC South, will go in and handle business?
I think not only handle business, I think they beat the brakes off of this team. Let me tell you a little secret. Taylor Lewan usually would have a tough night tonight. So would, their right tackle, Dennis Kelly. But let me tell you a little secret. Von Miller's going to be chilling on the sideline, yo. Without Von Miller out there. And by the way, do you remember Mark Barron from Alabama? Their
sure
linebacker?
Do.
Guess what? He's out as well. You don't have to deal with Mark Barron and Von Miller. Man, first game of the year. Thank you very much. Plus, you got the big beast in the backfield. Derrick Henry's going to wear that defense out. And then you're going to unleash the beast, Jadeveon Clowney. Jeffrey Simmons out of Mississippi and Mississippi State. It's, of course, where he went. But you put them together, I'm telling you right now, watch out. Rashaan Evans at linebacker. Of course, you got a very good – Adoree Jackson is out, I think, for tonight's game. But you got Kevin Byrd back there, Kenny Vaccaro. I'm not worried about it. Malcolm Butler's really good. And Jonathan Joseph is also another good cornerback back there. Comes in for nickel. He'll probably replace Adoree Jackson tonight. But this Tennessee team, I don't think they win. I think they win big. And big for Tennessee, by the way. I'm not talking 43 points. I'm talking, I can see this thing being 31-14. That's a big win for Tennessee. I mean, they beat never close. I think after the first quarter, you're going to see Titans up 10-0. You're going to just know that they're going to run downhill all daggum night, do a little play action, and get their ball out there. To my man, you should hand the ball off to Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown. He wants to do a little DK Metcalf. He wants to match him with a touchdown. DK Metcalf looks great with Russell Wilson. A.J. Brown, he's a baller shot caller, so we'll see what happens. I think it's a big, easy win for the Titans.
Nice. I don't doubt it. The other game coming tonight out of the NFL, Monday Night Football at 6:10 will be the Giants and the Steelers. Steelers are 6-point favorites.
I've been kind of high on Danny Dimes, but
with
yeah,
Big Ben back, that's
the
the big thing. Juju Smith-Schuster was a different player with Big Ben out. I think that all changes.
The defense
tonight.
for me, Mika Fitzpatrick. I mean, Danny Dimes, I think is going to be much improved. We're going to see a whole different Giants team. But let me tell you something. When you got to open up against, I think, the best defense in the league, I don't think you're going to have a very good game.
To be honest with you, too, the Steelers have been that dark horse Super Bowl pick for a lot of people coming out of the AFC. I want to see what they look like this year with Big Ben back in there, because last year Duck and Mason Rudolph were truly not getting it done. It was tough to watch that team struggle the way they did.
Coming up next is Terry Davis, but shocking. I put out a Twitter poll, which was more embarrassing this weekend: Odell Beckham's supposed fetish or the Browns' play on the field. It was 90-10. Whoa. 90% said the Browns' play on the field was more embarrassing than Odell Beckham's fetish. Wowzers. Terry Davis. I'm sorry, I'm laughing so hard. Talking Tigers, coming up next on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Spend your lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays, delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
Summertime and the living is easy. No more cutting or paying utilities. Literally, you guys, Town Village Audubon Park, nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Family Leisure's done it again. We're talking about the world's biggest spa sale. Up to 30% off on spas and swim spas. Choose from hundreds of different spas from multiple manufacturers. There is special financing available, and if you are in the market, special pricing now as summer starts to dwindle on chemicals and accessories. Always professional delivery available. The spas are going crazy at Family Leisure, I-40 and Whidden Road.
Do you know one of the best things you can do for your employees or family's health? Provide Arctic Clear bottled water. Arctic Clear bottled water is your locally owned and operated bottled water provider. Arctic Clear is 100% natural spring water with free delivery and setup, dependable service, and no long-term contracts. What an easy choice. Call Jeff Manus today, 901-382-2363, or visit arctic-clear.com. Arctic Clear bottled water. Call now, 382-2363. That's 382-2363.
I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why.
What's up? Welcome back to another Sports 56 Happy Hour with your good buddy Johnny Radio. Terry Davis, he's joining me up, oh man, like right now actually. And we're going to talk some Tigers because you have a Ryan Silverfield who is really angry today. But I also got to tell you that without MemphisFarmers.com and my good friend Chad Gallen, let me tell you a little secret. This is very important. None of this happens. We got to have people that listen. We got to have amazing sponsors. And I got to tell you something. I always use the people that I bring on and are my sponsors, like literally, like Central Barbecue out the frame, I Buy Houses, and then Chad Gatlin. MemphisFarmers.com. That's MemphisFarmers.com. The power of farmers with a local agent you can trust. Give him a call at 901-235-1176. Now it's time to talk with my good buddy, Terry Davis. Oh, how was that press conference? Did you have fun today?
Oh, my God. That was one of the shortest press conferences I've ever been a part of, man. I think he held the press conference just to go off on people.
Yes, he was not a happy man. But, you can't explain, blame him, and we have to let everybody understand what's going on with the University of Memphis football team right now. Coach Silverfield, they have a football game scheduled for this Saturday. Oh, man, I had so much fun yesterday. They had a football game scheduled. Terry Davis, you went to the presser today. Where's that game at now?
No, the game was supposed to be Friday night against
Friday
Houston,
night,
but that's the one that got canceled. So They still have
on
not
the game A.
right, and they have not resumed practice operations because their next game will be next Saturday down in San Antonio against University of Texas San Antonio.
Now, did they say that they were talking about rescheduling the game against Houston in late December?
They did not do that. Matter of fact, he didn't take any questions. She had us to send questions beforehand. I kind of alluded to that, but he didn't address it
Hold
because.
On. Wait. You had to send your questions before the press conference?
Right, because he just said he basically took all our questions, generated a statement, and then boom, went from there.
Wow.
Then he walked off. He did about a 40-minute, 40-second interview presser, said his piece, and then the interview was over with.
Boom.
Yeah, mic drop.
See, I'm out. Audi 5, yo. Silverfield, turn in your questions beforehand. Woo.
Yep.
Now, that is fascinating. I know that's not easy on y'all either. Now, I have to ask you, TD. Arkansas State goes out and gets the W, makes Memphis look good, but there were 13 players that did not play. Kind of also makes you wonder about the coronavirus situation and the party bus situation. It feels like it's been put to bed after the presser. That's one of the things he was angry about. But why don't you kind of just tell me about the general statement? What has he said about the game being canceled? Why? When do they think they'll get back to practice? How many guys literally have it? I mean, you've heard as many as 40, as low as 20. What's the truth?
The truth is no one never knows because Memphis has a policy of not saying who has the virus or how many people has it. So there's really no way of knowing if anyone got the virus or they're in quarantine because of contact tracing or they just, cautioning on the side of we really don't know because they as university don't tell us how many people, whether players or administration, has actually been infected or been in contact with somebody with the virus.
Interesting. Man, this whole situation is mad crazy. You do think, though, do you think Memphis plays not this weekend, but their following game?
Oh, no doubt.
No doubt.
No doubt, because you got to realize, they test before the Arkansas State game. They tested twice before the game, and they tested once after the game, and then that's how come they knew how many people they need to hold out for the Arkansas State game.
So University of Texas San Antonio is on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it's on the 25th, which is in we know more than enough time.
Yes, I agree with you.
Usually with coronavirus, when this, like I said, I'm not a hematologist, but usually about 14 days you go through the process. Is either go through your system or you have to take precautions from that. So by then you're really because that'd be almost like 21 days since they first came in their last game.
Man, I'll tell you one thing though. These small conferences look pretty scary right now. Look what Houston Baptist almost made 4 losses for the Big 12. Texas Tech held them off 35-33. We know again that you had Louisiana Raging Cajuns go ahead and make some nice upsets. It's realistically absolutely crazy. I know we had crazy upsets. I mean, Georgia Tech beat Florida State and Mike Norvell, but the Big 12 lost 3 games to the Sun Belt this weekend. 3 games. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to ask you something. Is the Big 12 that bad, or should people start paying attention? Is the Sun Belt that deadgum good? Like, aren't you glad we're playing almost, a Conference USA team, which actually kind of scares me because North Texas looked really good against Sun Belt team in week 1, which actually, Houston Baptist or whatever. So, there's just such a crazy, this whole thing this year is crazy. But I'll tell you one thing. This is a fact, Jack. Army looks really good on the Sun Belt. Arkansas State, who Memphis beat Kansas State 35-31. Louisiana, they smoked Iowa State. They gave up donuts in the third and fourth quarter. They came out and beat them 31-14. Iowa State was ranked 23rd in the country. It was a nice weekend for the Sun Belt Conference. I don't even know what to say. And by the way, Willie Fritz, he got a 7-year extension at Tulane. Congratulations for him. But Coastal Carolina also beat Kansas 38-23. Is it the Big 12 stinks? Other than OU and Lincoln Riley?
The Big 12 stinks. The Big 12 has been really They just a hair above, in my opinion, a hair above the Pac-12. You know, to me, in my opinion, it's the SEC, it's the Big Ten, and then everybody else fighting from there.
You know, I asked Gabe a weird question, actually. I asked him, is there, the 2020 year has been a pain in everybody's tail from all the people who've got COVID-19, from all the job losses, to the way sports have been canceled. We didn't have March Madness. We're very fearful of college football. Big Ten's not playing. They are playing. We don't know what's going on, to be honest with you. I'd hate to be Kevin Warren. But when you look around, is there a positive that could come out of 2020 that might say that, hey, we are now paying attention to some of these smaller, like conferences, and when you got, Conference USA in North Texas beating the brakes off of, Houston Baptist, and Houston Baptist has Bailey Zappi go out there and throw for 567 yards on Texas Tech, and they barely lose 35-33. When you have the Sun Belt just go out there and beat the absolute brakes off of 3 Big 12s, and not brakes off. Now, the Raging Cajuns beat the brakes off of Iowa State, who was ranked 23rd in the country. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. That this stuff is impressive, and people are paying attention because, man, look at the numbers. People are all sitting at home watching these football games. I don't know, man. I'm pretty stoked. Oklahoma, Spencer Rattler, that's the only thing that you can even be positive about the Big 12, right?
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, everything, the early part of the season, it's hard to say because not playing a spring game, getting a late start, not knowing what you're going to do, holding people out, kind of level the playing field. But my thing is, I don't think it's fair that a school like a Memphis or an Arkansas State don't have a legitimate chance to win a national championship.
Me neither. I think the 2020 may actually make them look at this, and I'm wondering if maybe the year 2020 they don't expand to 8. I'm saying you don't think they'll expand to 8 possibly? Nope.
They might expand to 8, but even if they expand to 8, 6 of the 8 or 7 of the 8 going to be the Power 5 conferences. So the big going to get bigger, and the gap may even increase it even more. And they might just let one school into the playoff picture versus 2 or 3 schools.
Man, well, I'll say one thing, man. It was a wild weekend in football. It was a lot of fun.
But you had football, though. That's the most important thing.
That is the most important thing. We've got football. Hopefully the Tigers are going to be back September 25th. When they play UTSA, that's University of Texas San Antonio. That thing should be on CBS Sports. It'll be a big day, big night, whatever, Friday night. I'm looking forward to it. Or when is that game, actually? What is the 25th? I don't have a calendar in front of me. Is it Saturday?
That's on a Friday.
It is a Friday?
That's
what
on
I
Friday.
thought. Yeah, they're playing a lot of Friday action. But anyway, I just got to say, I'm shocked at the whole situation, but I want to hear a little bit more about Ryan Silverfield and how shocked and angry he was basically at the media, the party bus, how that whole thing got out there because everybody's unequivocally been denying there was no party bus.
Right. I think it's a combination of things that made him mad. It's just the news story that it was a party bus really made him look bad as a coach and a leader, saying he didn't have control over his team. Then another thing that really made him mad was some people, members of the media, directly contacted student athletes, which is outside the scope of how you conduct business.
Dude.
Because everything, because they don't like that because
better reach out to Tammy first.
Exactly, Tammy or Jen, and and some of those guys went back and told them that some people have talked to them. Because like as much as I like those guys, only time I speak to them is like high and by on social media during season.
Yep.
Because you got to go through the proper protocol to get in touch with somebody because they want one voice to come out of that program, and that's Ryan Silverfield. He don't want you talking to none of his assistant coaches unless he tells you to. He don't want you talking to none of the players unless it's in front of people so they can understand everything they said so nothing gets misconstrued.
It's so fascinating, everything that's going on. It stinks that this Houston game has been canceled. We're going to find out. Hopefully,
postponed, not canceled. They will play that game.
They're going to play that game sometime, they think, probably in December, right?
More likely in December because Memphis has an open date, but they had to switch something around, that UT Martin game.
Mhm.
But other than that, they can always push back the championship game 1 week because it's going to be off a lot this year. And I think the Big 10 will be coming back, and they're going to be coming back.
Oh, man, hold on. Did you just make a prediction that you think that the Big Ten, so they're going to
Of course,
go
they're
ahead?
coming back.
So you,
All the schools might not come back, but they're going to play a conference. They're going to start out a conference game within the next 4 weeks. They will be playing Big Ten football up north.
Okay, so we got, what, 2 weeks before SEC start, right? Or just
2
under
weeks
2
before
weeks?
SEC starts, right.
So
then
how
I think 2 weeks
how
after
fast do you think, realistically, if the Big Ten makes a vote this week to come back and play football? Because, I think that they're having a vote this week, aren't they? I mean,
Today.
Today. It's today. I'm just saying, so much news comes out. I mean, like Heather Diddich went out and gave one statement, and then the next morning she completely contradicted her entire statement and gave a different statement, and then on Sunday gives another one. I was like, damn, she's as confused as everybody else. That's why I joke around and say, raise your hand if you understand or know what's going on in the Big Ten, because I don't think Kevin Warren knows what's going on in the Big Ten. How much of this is going to be put on his neck if they end up going and having a successful season? There's not a big old breakout. They end up having Ohio State make it to a semifinal game or even the national championship game. If that happens, how bad does Kevin Warren look?
Put it this way. Some schools can absorb that $50, $60 million revenue loss, like Ohio State, Northwestern, Michigan. But $50, $60 million for you not playing football is a lot of money. You get $47 million, $43, $45 million from the TV contract, even though your conference owns that, own that right. But they're not going to charge the same much money for a replay game than they will for a live game. So you may be able to recoup some of that money, but they have got to play, because another thing you got to look at too, if you don't play next year, then you're going to be behind the 8 ball recruiting, because other schools are going to use that against you.
It's a great point right there.
And my thing is, I think as much as Michigan want to play, but because of their governor, unless somebody get to him and force him to, get behind him, Michigan State might not play, and the 2 Illinois schools might not play either. So it's going to be in the next, 48 hours, it's going to be some hand twisting and phone calls going on to try to get these guys to play. Because these guys can go out and play. They can be ready to play in 2 to 3 weeks because they've already been practicing.
Man, I'm going to tell you something. Getting in front of Governor Whitmer, Gretchen Whitmer, is going to be very hard. She don't play no games. She is already playing this is the bad thing about the president making the phone call, because now we have a political play, because you're going to have Gretchen Whitmer, who is a very, very, and I'm bringing in politics because right now politics might actually affect the Big Ten for Michigan and Michigan State, because she says there's no football going to be played in her state, yet somehow the Detroit Lions are allowed to, because I guess they're professionals and they're paid and they go to work or whatever. But she said college and high school was not to be played. That's going to be, I think, a fascinating thing, because Michigan is a big key factor. I mean, Jim Harbaugh over there, Michigan State ain't no joke either. And, Ryan Day seems pretty dead gum set that they can play. And he also said, he came out this weekend and said that how did he word it? It was so beautiful. He said, the Big Ten Medical Subcommittee has done an excellent job of creating a safe pathway toward creating a positive and safe return environment to play in mid-October. Now, is that enough time for them to get ready for a national championship?
Of course it is, because what they'll do is, that means you have
have their season all the way up to the dead gum, right up there to the dead gum week.
Right, and then also too, another key factor too is rapid testing too, because when they made this announcement, to stop playing football, that's before rapid testing came into play. And then if they can convince the governor that, look, we know we got these protocols in place, we have rapid testing, we're going to do everything we need to do, and because we have rapid testing, the cost's going to be so low, we can test these guys on a daily basis, and then that can give her some assurances. And then, because she had to listen to voters also too. So and a lot of those voters like football too. So I think she can be convinced. And so I don't say they won't play, but it's likely they won't play.
All right. So I know there's that saying. It's never too late to change your path if you're going down the wrong road or whatever. There's that saying. If the Big Ten believes they're on the wrong path and they change and they go out and have a season, is Kevin Warren, is he fired?
No, he's not fired because in this pandemic, things change. They can pivot on a moment's notice. Right. And the final result is what happens in the end. Because if you can get through a season with no major catastrophes, no deaths, then, that's a win-win. But even if you have one death, somebody's going to question that throughout. So it's always going to be one of those judgmental type things. And I think pretty much unless you just blatantly just being, disregarding of the facts and just using politics instead of facts, I don't think anybody's going to hold this against you, period.
Interesting. His Terry Davis, man. Check him out at Terry D515. Terry, be good out there. I'm sorry you had to submit questions to Silverfield and he wouldn't even take anything. Took all your things, went out there and did a small presser and then bounced. But when you're dealing with COVID-19, it's probably, I guess, what you do when you're a little bit upset. But week 4 of college football, the Tigers are supposed to be back. They're supposed to be on the field, and they're also supposed to play a very important football game against the University of Texas San Antonio, September 25th. We'll find out about that as things move forward, and hopefully this coronavirus outbreak is handled extremely well, and it's over pretty quickly because, like I said, they got plenty of time. I think they found out enough, and again, on Friday, September 25th, 16th ranked, by the way, Memphis Tigers, who after the Arkansas State win, boy, they do look good, plays UTSA. So we'll talk to you later, Terry D, next Monday. Be good out there. Follow him at Terry D515. I appreciate your time, my friend.
All right, man. Be good, man.
That's Terry Davis. We're late for a break. We'll be right back. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Frontier Western Store is open and ready to serve you for all your needs in boots, apparel, pet food, and more. Frontier is proud to be a local leader here in the Mid-South when it comes to boots. Stop by the store today for an incredible selection of name brand work and dress boots. Come browse aisles and aisles of top quality boots at everyday low prices in our world famous boot showroom. Dan Post, Rocky, Durango, Twisted X, Georgia, Ariat, and many more. There are so many styles, colors, and fits available, you might need a hand picking out your favorites. Luckily, Frontier's knowledgeable sales staff will cheerfully assist you with any questions you have and ensure the proper fit of your new boots. Frontier also has an amazing selection of jeans and shirts by Wrangler, Ariat, and Carhartt, as well as a fully stocked women's boutique department with thousands of tops and dresses at unbelievable prices. New arrivals often. Frontier Western Store, 5880 Gilman Road in Olive Branch, and on the web at frontierwesternstore.com. Family owned and operated since 1967.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
golfers, are you looking to play like a pro without traveling the world? Just come to Golf and Games Family Park, 5484 Summer Avenue. Golf and Games has the Top Tracer range system. Top Tracer gathers all your golfing data, distance, carry, ball speed, and more. Or choose a virtual course like Pebble Beach, St. Andrews, and Spyglass. Bring your friends and family to transform and enhance the range experience for golfers and non-golfers alike. Plus, it's fun. Top Tracer range at Golf and Games, 5484 Summer Avenue. Play like a pro.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here!
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Thick and thin, I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
You know I am your pusher man. I can't wait until the next segment, to be honest with you. You know why? Because we're talking nothing but football. Me and Gabe from 2 o'clock until we get crazy with Hardwood because it feels so deadgum good. And Hardwood's got some whack stories. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. There's some really good stuff that's going on in the world, some funny stuff that's going on in the world. But I'm telling you right now, I can't wait for the next segment because, again, we're going to get crazy with nothing but everything from Carson Wentz being horrible to, my goodness, Aaron Rodgers. Bro, are you kidding me? 4 touchdowns, 32 for 44. Man, when he rolls out, when you see him just flick his wrist and that ball come flying out of it, I've never seen anybody just be able to do it like him. He is so deadgum good. He made Minnesota look like a bunch of bums. And that's a pretty good defense. But anyway, and then Russell Wilson, 4 touchdown passes as well. Kyler Murray, we're going to talk about him. We got a lot of football to talk about, but I do want to remind you, Big 12 looked horrible. Arkansas State beat Kansas State, baby. The Ragin' Cajuns dropped the 23rd ranked Iowa State team. Don't play no games.
So we'll talk to Alex on Friday, but he covers Iowa State a lot, He told me, he goes, "Hey, you want you want the easiest bet of the day?" I go, "What?" He goes, "Louisiana plus 11.5." He said, Iowa State is miserable in the out of conference, and that showed. It really did, because Iowa State, the past 2 years has come really close against 1AA teams.
Yep.
UNI almost beat them, and it's been tough sledding for them in non-conference. I know
and the
they're mad. How mad?
Won 11 games last year.
Yeah, but how mad do you think they are that the Big 12 decided, hey, let's play a non-conference game? and that was the non-conference game they had to keep. That stinks because that's a tough team that they're playing.
You ain't lying.
That team might just go on and win the Sun Belt.
Man, they might win the Sun Belt, but the Sun Belt looks tough as nails. The American looks good. Everything looks good, not just the teams in the Power 5. We're going to talk college football, national football. We're also going to tell you a little bit about a guy who threw a no-no this weekend. You're going to be shocked who did it. First person for the Cubs since Jake Arrieta. We'll talk about that on the other side. Plus, we got just a lot of fun things to do. But I do want to remind you, Chad Gatlin at MemphisFarmers.com. He's the best insurance agent on planet Earth. But I also want to remind you that he's helping out people. You can give till October 11th at give.memphisfarmers.com. This is really, really important. This is he's doing the Stair Climb Challenge to raise money for all the national first responders. It's a big deal to him. Check it out, give.memphisfarmers.com. My good friend Chad Gatlin. Coming up next, we're talking football with my good buddy Gabe Kuhn. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses will buy a house in any area, in any condition, and yes, it's guaranteed to close in 5 days. If you need to sell your home quickly, call 901-406-1101. If you've been through a divorce, if you lost your job, if you're tired of renters, I Buy Houses can get you your money quickly. I Buy Houses will buy your home in Shelby County, DeSoto County, Memphis, Bartlett, South Haven, Horn Lake, Olive Branch, anywhere and everywhere in between in any condition. And yes, they're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pen, 901-406-1101. I Buy Houses.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129.
Commitment, dedication, perseverance. At FedEx, our people are our strength. Even during these unprecedented times, we are delivering medical supplies, test kits, and the things you need every day. Helping the world move forward together. Strength, what we deliver by delivering. FedEx.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. The East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
Hi, I'm Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roofing. Can anyone explain to me why anyone would care how I measure your roof? We have all heard about measuring your roof from outer space. Well, to be honest, there are aerial pictures that are taken every 4 years that can be used to measure a building, but it's not from outer space. Besides, no one, and I mean no one, can tell you what's wrong with your roof or even if you need one by using pictures that might be 4 years old. If you would rather do business with a family-owned and operated business with a lifelong tie to Memphis that refuses to mislead or use gimmicks, please give me a call. Best products, best warranties, and the best customer service we know how to provide. Fiveash Roofing, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Memphis Tigers home team. Fiveash Roofing, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
There's a new commissary in town in Collierville. Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levy Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking. No telephone pole to get in your way. A cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Here we go. On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Happy Hour with your good buddy Johnny Radio. By the way, I'm in the Family Leisure Studios, just chilling. Family Leisure, 2120 Witten Road, just north of I-40. Make your house very chill. Makes our studio very chill. You can check us out, by the way, on Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Instagram. You can see me chilling in the Family Leisure Studios. By the way, you can hit us up, by the way, like my man John Boatman. Come on, people. Y'all know this. Phillip Rivers is back to being his good old self. We are about to talk so much NFL, it's not even funny. If you want to hit us up on Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, or Instagram. Go right ahead. Drop one at 67129, or even give us a call, 901-360-8255. But it's time for me and Gabe Kuhn to go in and start ripping apart the National Football League. My first question for Gabe Kuhn: more likely Cam Newton plays in a Super Bowl or Tom Brady after just seeing Week 1?
Oh, gosh, that's it. Come on. What kind of I can't answer that after 1 week. I'll say this, though. I'll say this.
I'm just, hey, you
hey, can I say this?
Go ahead.
I have a lot of questions. And in
Tom
regards,
Brady didn't look good.
He didn't look great. That was a good team. That's one of the best teams in the NFC, though. We have to remember that with Drew Brees. That defense
also
has been building for years. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
And then
Sean
also
Payton.
But
they're also in their
pooch
division.
Kick.
They're down one
Think about
already.
this though. The pooch kick that the Bucs let the Saints get was a huge misstep, and that screwed the game all the way up for Tom Brady. Didn't give him a chance. He did not look good in the first half.
Tom Brady basically messed up the whole game in the first half.
He needs a full-speed Mike Evans, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And Mike stopped on one. Tom was ticked off. You could tell with that interception. But, man, Tom Brady in a shotgun can't throw the out route, especially late to the far side of the field. That's not what he does. Bruce Arians has got to figure out what he does better. He can throw that, 7 route to the out to a tight end and things like that. But he doesn't have, this isn't a guy who has a rocket for an arm. He's quick with the football. He's quick with his decision-making. He's very accurate. We're going to find out if Bruce Arians can figure it out because you know what Tom Brady looked more like?
Oh,
what? He looked more like Jameis Winston yesterday.
He went 2-2, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions, threw for about 200 some odd yards.
Doesn't that sound just like Jameis Winston?
Yes, it does. But let's give him a shot in week 2 against a lesser opponent before I make any huge indictments on him because they play the Panthers next week. If he can come out and show me that he can play well against them, who they just beat they lost barely
to the Raiders.
To the Raiders. But as far as New England goes and Cam Newton, I thought he looked good, but here's my question. 15 rushes? 15?
This is what I was about to bring up
to
you. This is what I was
Josh
going to say.
McDaniels, this is
Hold on, let me
too
tell you
much.
a secret. Do you want to know why they had 15 rushes and this is why Tom Brady is not in New England? Because they don't have any damn weapons to push the ball down the field. Sony Michel's not that good a running back. I'm sorry. Let's be real.
And he's like all those other Georgia running backs hurt. I think his knee is hurt. That's why they only handed the ball to him 10 times. Again.
Dude, and look what he averaged. I'm telling you, let me tell you something. The Patriots yesterday should be ecstatic because they got the win. Cam Newton actually, let's be honest with you, when he threw the football, when he hit Julian Edelman on those crossing routes and things of that nature, he was very accurate. He completed 15 passes. He was very accurate with the football. And yes, he scored 2 touchdowns carrying it. But this is a guy coming off 2 major injuries. You know that if he's going to survive, he's going to have to be able to play more from the pocket. But then let me ask you this question. How are they actually going to win football games to get into the playoffs? Because, dude, they had to do all that to beat the Dolphins by 10 with Fitzpatrick throwing 3 interceptions. Like, this is the Dolphins. The Dolphins! Cam Newton had to rush the ball 15 times to beat the Dolphins?
I don't think he really had to. I think that New England defense is still everything it's cracked up to be. Stephon Gilmore looked really good. Their secondary looked really good. I think that team defensively is still one of the powers in the AFC, but the problem becomes
line is still good too. But but there's
you can't run him 15. You can't run him 15 times a game and expect him to stay healthy in a 16-game season. It's as simple as that.
But this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is why he ran the ball 15 times, because Julian Edelman is the only weapon he's got. That's it. Harry stinks. He's more like Harry Crumb, master of disguise, than he is N'Keal Harry.
And also, do you think something, and a lot of teams do this, a lot of teams hide what they're going to do in week 2, week 3, and down the road because they don't want to show you too much. And I don't know if Josh McDaniels opened up, and part of this is I don't know if he has a downfield passing game. I don't know if he game plans for that, but I think they need to start getting it involved. They need to find a way to get N'Keal Harry down the field. He wasn't horrible. I know you said he wasn't that great, but he caught 5 balls.
He caught 5 balls for 39 yards.
But there was nothing downfield. Did you see a single deep route that they tried to do the whole game?
Dude, it was just crossing
They
routes.
were dinking and dunking the whole time.
Yeah, like he was Tom Brady. It was interesting. Didn't push the ball down the field at all. It was I don't know. I didn't like the offense. I have to say, Cam Newton
won the game, didn't it?
I was gonna say
won the game,
Bill
didn't it?
Belichick and them got the W. But again, this is what I agree. And the reason I asked this weird question is because Tom Brady also took some big hits in Bruce Arians' offense. Did you notice that? I don't think he likes holding the ball very long so those receivers can break open. He wants to dink and dunk. The fit is right now. The fit looks better in New England because they played Miami. They didn't have to play Alvin Kamara. By the way, the one that had to just tick off Tampa Bay was the Taysom Hill throw the ball to Kamara, first down on the dude. You know that Tampa Bay had to be like, I hate you.
Again, but the thing with what happened to the Bucs this weekend, I don't want to go crazy and try to make an indictment for the rest of the season because they were playing the Saints. And the Saints, as far as their defensive front goes, they have I'm blanking out. Cameron Jordan coming off one of the edges.
Cam Jordan.
Is it Cam Jordan?
No, it is Cam Jordan.
Yeah,
yes,
Cam Jordan. I'm losing my mind.
And
then Trey Hendrickson, who's another guy, number 91, coming off the other edge, was treating Donovan Smith, that left tackle from the Bucs, like his kid.
You know what?
He was going
you
crazy,
showed me some
man.
Nice little, beautiful. What do you call them? Pancake blocks.
That was
there was a bunch of different.
That was totally different.
But what I'm just saying is I saw Drew Brees do his thing. I saw Alvin Kamara, who got paid, do what he does best. But I do have to say one thing about Tampa Bay positive and negative about New Orleans. New Orleans did all their work in the first half. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that kind of freaked me out. And I like Cam Jordan. I like that defense. I like their linebackers. I like their dead gum. I like Janoris Jenkins back there at cornerback with Lattimore on the other side, 2 SEC dudes.
It's a damn good
that can
defense.
Flat out lock you up and play some defense. And I also like a guy who they stole in Malcolm Jenkins, playing strong safety, one of the smartest football players, period. So, yes, New Orleans has a heck of a defense. But Drew Brees and Alvin Kamara, In the second half, didn't do anything offensively, and it's just weird that Tampa Bay couldn't get anything going to make it a football game once they fell behind.
The run game for the Saints was non-existent, and it was very interesting to me.
It was a
the
weird
fact
game.
that they had to bring in Latavius Murray to be able to gain any type of yardage on the ground was
interesting. Yeah.
Very weird to me. I didn't really understand how that worked out. Alvin Kamara couldn't run the ball, 12 attempts, 16 yards. I don't know if his knee is still bothering him from last year or what, but that's a team that needs to establish a ground game, or they're gonna have some troubles.
Now I want to ask you this, because we mentioned Cam Newton. We got to mention the real Cam Newton, who stands up as Josh Allen, had a career day against the Jets. Do we make anything of the Bills realistically? A lot of people are picking them to win this division. I'll have to believe it to see it. Belichick is such a master. But Josh Allen, 312 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Oh, by the way, 14 carries, 57 yards, and a touchdown. Josh Allen looked like a MVP Cam Newton season. Now, it was against Adam Gase, who's the worst coach in football. It was against the Jets. I mean, I'm telling you, Sam Darnold is regressing. I don't know if you've heard about Le'Veon Bell's injury. Did you hear Adam Gase
Hamstring
come out?
put him right back in, too.
Adam Gase, I don't know if y'all heard about this. Jets, you should have fired him. Do you remember the dispute about Le'Veon Bell and the hamstring, and Adam Gase saying he's not injured, he just doesn't want to practice? Get out there. Now Adam Gase is out there today saying he takes responsibility for Le'Veon Bell's injury. Should have listened to him. Yeah, you should have.
I thought Josh Allen played pretty well, but here's the thing,
did.
though. Here's the other point I have to make.
Diggs look good.
Who
too.
in the world? Just tell me one person on the Jets defense that really that jumps off the page.
Well,
oh,
can I
wait.
tell you,
Jamal Adams is gone.
Dude,
He's
awesome,
gone.
dude. Did you see how
But
good he played
regardless,
against the Falcons?
but again, with
Seattle
the Josh
knows how to
Allen,
use him.
but again with the Josh Allen success, you do have to point at the fact that the Jets are probably one of the worst defensive teams in the NFL.
Yeah, it really is kind of sad.
The stats were fantastic, though. The stats were great. 312 yards? I didn't expect that.
Dude,
out of
I
him.
never thought I would see Josh Allen throw 312 yards, but he did it. Stephon Diggs had 8 receptions, 86 yards. You had John Brown getting open because there was double coverage for Diggs. Brown had 6 receptions, 70 yards, and a touchdown. Zach Moss, 3 receptions and a touchdown. Dude, it looked really good. And then plus, when you have Singletary and Moss in the backfield, let's just be real. That's a nasty 1-2 punch. And the third punch is the big quarterback who runs the ball like an old school Cam Newton.
He gets smacked, though.
He does take
He does
his
not
time.
avoid contact.
He runs people over. He tries to truck them.
I brought up Kyler Murray avoiding contact and Lamar Jackson. He does. Josh Allen does not even try to avoid contact.
Now, before I go, Adam Gase saying my bad on the Le'Veon Bell hamstring injury. What's going to be is what about the Sam Darnold regression? At least it looks like to me. I mean, I thought Sam Darnold looked horrible.
Buffalo's defenses. Again, this goes back to my Tom Brady thing. We have to take 1 week at a time here and sort of see the competition they're playing. And the Bills are last year, especially, were one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
So I didn't really expect Sam Darnold to do anything at all.
And he didn't. Don't worry. He didn't disappoint.
He did not do anything, did he? But when I asked you earlier,
Frank Gore play football and his kid play football in the same week was weird.
When I asked you earlier about the biggest surprises from Week 1, I could have sworn you were going to bring up the Jaguars.
You know what? Gardner Minshew
handle the Colts 27-20, and you talk about Mr. Efficiency.
My man John Boatman. The reason I didn't bring that up is because of this. Phillip Rivers is going Phillip Rivers. You know what I'm saying? Phillip Rivers is going to be himself. Phillip Rivers threw for like 350 yards, and they found a way
You ready
to
for this
lose.
stat line? You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
36 for 46, 363, 1 TD, 2 INTs. He threw the second INT at the end of the game.
But can we be honest?
And
with you?
it wasn't a walk-off INT, but it was.
Swift dropped the ball.
Oh, you talking about in the line?
That was the Lions
yeah,
game.
Yeah, you're way
that's
off.
right. I was thinking, dude.
We'll get to that though, because Anthony
poor
Miller
Matt
did well.
Stafford.
but
Anthony Miller. What
how
a
about?
catch.
So here's the thing, and I saw a lot of people talking about this, but if you're the Jaguars right now, I know that Trevor Lawrence is very, very enticing. I understand that if you get that pick, right? But is he your top need at this moment if you're the Jaguars? Because Gardner Minshew was not bad. I mean, I'm not saying he's a guy that's going to push it down the field, but
can I just say that I think that their front office is still ticked off that they won the game. You know, like they've given away everybody to lose it, and the fact that they beat the Colts 27-20, they're going, dude, how in the heck we got rid of our best defensive player, we got rid of everybody, we got a guy named Gardner Minshew who only played 1 year quarterback in college. You know what I mean? He went to 5 different schools or whatever, played down in Mississippi and blah blah blah. Who's hilarious, but Phillip Rivers is supposed to be awesome, and the Jaguars beat them.
Regardless,
I still am shocked.
If the Jaguars end up where we think they will end up as the worst team in the league, which I don't know because Gardner Minshew played pretty well, is quarterback their actual need at the moment?
No, because they still have so many needs, in my opinion, even though they somehow
But still, even
beat
given
the
that,
Colts.
given that, would you take Trevor Lawrence if you're them? Even
question.
Isn't this it's kind of bizarre because I think like you got something out of Gardner Minshew that you didn't think you were going to get. I don't think he's like a complete winning quarterback off top, but
it's kind of hard.
He's not. Quarterback's not your biggest position of need. Long story short.
Put it this way. I mean, Trevor Lawrence did win a national championship his freshman year and beat Nick Saban. He did Saturday go for 351 yards, touchdown, no interceptions, 12 yards per attempt, and he had like 5 drop balls. Like the first quarter of that game, I was like, dude, is there a Clemson wide receiver that can catch a dead gum pass? And then he ends up finishing with 351, and they ended up routing him. Trevor Lawrence is really special. I don't know if that's necessarily their need, but I guarantee you that's definitely what they're going to do if they have that first pick. If they have the worst record in football, they're going to do it. But I don't know if they're going to have the worst record because, man, we watched some teams yesterday that just they were sad. Like the Jets, I think, are going to have the worst record. But the thing is they just got Sam Darnold. You're going to give up on him and get you go and get Trevor Lawrence and replace Sam Darnold. So that's another problem right there. You would think Washington, dude. Washington was the only team so far that's won the game in the NFC East. Philadelphia lost, to Washington, the one team that has a W. And the Cowboys gonna cowboy. We watched last night them lose to the Rams. Boy, that offense looked really innovative, didn't it? 17 whole damn points. Hey, but can I just tell you something? Maybe Dak Prescott should have taken that $150 million.
Hold up. You got it. You got to go ahead. I don't think this was Dak's fault at all. I don't.
Dude. I'm just saying.
I think
eventually,
I think the Rams.
Who's like, dude? I don't know.
Do you not think the Rams are underrated going into this season? Like the Rams are a good team.
Yeah, dude. But you also had Alden Smith, who was probably the comeback player of the year. You had Jalen Smith. You had the Smith brothers tearing it up on defense.
Leighton Vander Esch, by the way, is going to be out with his
broke his
collarbone.
Yeah, he's going to be out. He's always getting injured. I hate to say that about Leighton Vander Esch. He's always getting injured. But you get CeeDee Lamb. You got Amari Cooper. You signed him to a fat contract. You got Zeke, one of the best backs who can block, who can run, who can do it all in the backfield. You got Michael Gallup. And you get it, and you put up 17 points.
So let's step in there for a second though. One, Mike McCarthy, what the hell are you doing? Kick the field goal.
Kick the damn field goal.
And also, sure as hell, don't run a mesh.
CeeDee Lamb run at least
don't run a mesh for 2 yards on 4th and 3.
Yeah, I mean,
what are we doing here?
And he gets tackled a yard short. I don't get it, dude. I was upset about that. That was horrible. And plus, I still have Amari Cooper run that route instead of Lamb. At least the veteran guy's going to get to the first down marker. I don't know, maybe.
If you want to, honestly, though, that's how you lose a game right there.
Exactly.
Is by making a decision like that. Come on. Kick the damn field goal. And also,
but can I tell you something also?
OPI or no OPI?
I think that was pass interference. Offensive pass interference for sure. Once he extended, and I think Jalen Ramsey sold it.
That's what I was going to say. I think it got called.
Every single, in fact,
if it was to the other side and it wasn't Jalen Ramsey, you think it gets called?
No.
That's what I'm trying to say. I think it's
also, I will tell you this. This is something I got from Tony Correnti. If you don't know who that is, he's the head official for the Rams and Cowboys games on Sunday. That's Tony Correnti, okay? He came out and said, I can tell you this, it was clear and obvious on the field of a hand into the opposing player and a full arm extension that created separation. In all situations, that would be called. We're not going to allow that at any time of the
disagree.
game. And if you look up the thing of the reasons, every single official came out and said if he extends the arm.
I disagree.
Ramsey might have sold it, but, dude, I think that
Ramsey
was
was
the right call.
grabbing his arm at the beginning of the play, too. There's always going to be that incidental contact.
Full
when you're.
He had full extension. He has to know better. You can't extend like that.
Oh, whatever. It's ridiculous. Look, I think it's a Jalen Ramsey call. And also, that referee, if that's the case, why didn't you throw it? He threw it after he caught the ball. He didn't throw it before. It wasn't while the supposed penalty was being committed. This was thrown after the catch was made.
I thought it was very bright as the whole situation. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Anybody who wants to complain about the Cowboys scoring 17 points. You scored 3 points.
They shouldn't have been in that
second
situation.
Half. They scored 3 points in the second half. Let's just be real. Why did you get Mike McCarthy if you were going to keep Kellen Moore? I had no idea Kellen Moore was still calling damn plays.
Wait,
why get rid of Jason Garrett if you're going to keep his offensive coordinator?
But I think, end of the day, though, if you're the Cowboys, you should be more mad that OPI got called while you guys were down by 3 instead of tied.
Yeah, because
you should have been tied.
Field goal. All you had to do is kick the field goal. That's another
from
reason
what 30 yards too. It was a short one.
That's another reason I don't like. I mean, that's why I kind of also like the OPI man. Gallup had the full arm extension. He is Jalen Ramsey. Just signed a fat contract. And again, the Rams, they are lucky. Sean McVay is living good. He's living his best life. I love his house. I love his wife. Didn't get the call when they had the most
I love
obvious,
his wife. I'm dead.
Yeah. Hey,
love his
obviously, he got to the Super Bowl on the most obvious pass. Like, there was a no call.
Very true.
Got to the Super Bowl on the most obvious pass interference I've ever seen in the New Orleans game. And then wins week 1 of this season because guess what? They call a pass interference call on Jalen Ramsey. But I will tell you something. I like that defense. I agree with you. The Rams' defense is good. The Rams' offense, Robert Woods is underrated. I like Van Jefferson. I think they're going to be very, very interesting. We'll see what happens with Cam Akers this year in the backfield. Darrell Henderson was non-existent yesterday. Had 3 carries for a whole whopping 6 yards. Looked like Malcolm Brown and Cam Akers are going to be the dudes running the ball the most. That's kind of sad for me. But I do also have to say, Alton Smith, I thought was like, I can't believe I'm about to say this. He was Aaron Donald-esque. He was so nasty. Dude, 11 tackles, 6 solos, a sack, a forced fumble.
No, he was a beast.
He hit the quarterback 3 times. Now, let's look at Aaron Donald's numbers. Hold on.
They're going to be less than that.
Yes, and you had no quarterback hits.
Played different positions.
Who had more tackles than anybody on the field last night?
Alton Smith.
All right. Who had the most quarterback hits of anybody on the field?
Was it Alton Smith or Aaron Donald?
Alton Smith. No. Yeah, Alton Smith had 3.
Aaron Donald was after the quarterback.
0.
No, he didn't.
Yes, it does.
He didn't.
No.
Then who's keeping stats?
Never mind. No. He had 4. He had 1 left.
I was going to say.
My bad. You're right.
I was like, who is keeping stats if he didn't have any QB hits?
I was looking at the wrong thing. Sorry.
He had a sack.
Yeah, my bad. But he had 4 total tackles. He had 4 quarterback hits. That's a great, yes, congratulations. Smith had 3 quarterback hits. He had a forced fumble, a sack, 6 solo tackles, and 11 total tackles. He was all over the place. It's his first game back since being suspended. I didn't think he was going to be a wrecking crew, and he destroyed anybody the Rams threw at him.
Do you remember him
when
with
he was
Justin
with
Smith in San Francisco? That
but now
was nasty.
Jalen Smith and Alton Smith, it's the Smith brothers now in Dallas.
Yeah.
Dude, Jalen Smith
Not
was
brothers,
also,
obviously, but the Smiths.
Dude,
the Smiths.
I call them the Smith brothers.
Smith
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jalen Smith was also awesome at linebacker. Alton Smith was awesome on the defensive front. I'm sorry. I think he's already, like, week 1, he's put himself up as number 1 for comeback player of the year. Just basically like, yo, pay attention to me. I'm here to wreck everything this year. And he was a wrecking, and again, I think the loss goes on one person, their offensive coordinator. Dak Prescott, even maybe. I don't know why.
Let's not blame Dak.
I don't know. I have to just say, why was their offense so, again, predictable? Why is it you got CeeDee Lamb if you're going to do this, run the exact same plays? There was nothing innovative. There was nothing that was interesting. I mean, you got a great offensive line. You got Zeke Elliott, CeeDee Lamb, Gallup, and Amari. It makes
Tony
me lose
Pollard
my
as your
mind.
change of pace back.
Yeah, and Tony Pollard. Yeah.
I think the other problem is you didn't take a deep shot until that last drive, until you literally had to,
I think
and
the
that's a
longest
problem.
Was what, CeeDee Lamb's 33-yard catch?
Yes. In other news, on the college football front, before we get to Hardwood here, Memphis. You had Coy Fairman, a reserve wide receiver, opt out over the weekend because of what has happened with the program. And also, starting inside linebacker Tim Hart has opted out of the season.
Wowzers, man. Well, I'll tell you one thing. If you are in the NFC East, you got to be looking at the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, if you're looking at football today, we got 2 more games tonight. By the way, you can hear those right here on Sports 56 starting at 7 o'clock. Yes, we got action. Cowboys and Rams were this Sunday. You know that, right? That was a dead-gum good game. 2017, Dak became Dak again late. Cowboys couldn't get anything done in the second half, and Jalen Ramsey got a call. Rams win. What's going to happen tonight? You can't be in front of the television? Well, right here you get Steelers and Giants, 7 o'clock, and then Titans and the Broncos around probably 9. They'll probably join after the end of the Steelers and Giants game. So catch all your football right here on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM. Coming up next, Hardwood.
Sports Time on Sports 56 with Wallow and Stats. Weekday afternoons from 3 till 6. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
I'm here with the great Pat Donahue from the Rendezvous Restaurant Shipping Department.
Thanks, Brett. We've been shipping our ribs all over the country now for decades from our USDA-inspected shipping kitchen in the Pinch District. We hand-cook our ribs in pits that Mr. Charlie built over charcoal, just like they do at the restaurant.
So what comes in a rib box?
We could do pork shoulder, we could do ribs, our sauce, seasoning, baked beans, coleslaw. We'll even throw in Pancho's cheese dip with our nacho boxes. We also put a bag of Rendezvous seasoned popcorn, heating instructions, some chef hats, some wet naps, and some other helpful tips from our kitchen. We ship our ribs overnight, exclusively FedEx. And we put them in nice packaging. We don't ever want to use styrofoam, so we use corrugated cardboard, actually 2 boxes that fit nice together, so the ribs get to you, your loved ones, or your clients in a safe, wholesome manner. Rendezvous ribs are perfect for out-of-town clients, customers, loved ones. We also ship ribs for any occasion.
Where do we order these great ribs?
You can go to www.hogsfly.com or give us a call at 1-888-464-7359.
Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant in the alley since 1948.
Napa know-how. Get all the quality parts you need at your locally owned Napa. Because right now, when you order from Napa online, you can pick up curbside at your local store in just 30 minutes. Or get your order delivered direct to your door with free one-day shipping on over 160,000 quality parts when you spend $35 or more. Quality parts delivered quickly and safely. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating stores, standard ground shipping and exclusions apply.
I'm John Conway with Conway Services. When was the last time you had your air conditioning system tuned up? What about your heating system safety check? Good news, you can get both at the same time this month. Call Conway Services for our 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up on your air conditioning system for only $69. We'll remove years of dirt, grime, and leaves from your air conditioning system. It's like taking your air conditioner to a car wash, all for only $69. And we'll include a heating system safety check at no charge. That's right, Conway Services 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up for only $69, and we'll include a heating system safety check at no charge, making sure your heating system is ready for this winter. If that's not enough, we'll include a carbon monoxide test, all for only $69. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric service company at 384-3511. And call this week, and we'll perform your super tune-up for only $57 with a free heating system safety check.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Ian Eagle here from Westwood One with a preview of the NFL Week 1 Monday night doubleheader. Up first, Ross Tucker and I will be in New York as second-year quarterback Daniel Jones and the Giants host Ben Roethlisberger in his post-injury return with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Then, after our game, Kevin Harlan and Hall of Famer Kurt Warner will be in Denver for the Broncos and the Titans. Kurt, give us a preview of that one.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how Tennessee bounces back from that AFC Championship loss. Ryan Tannehill, great year last year. Can he put that together a second year and show that he is a franchise guy in the NFL? And on the other side, Drew Lock. What kind of strides does he make in year two? Unfortunately, they'll be doing it without Von Miller.
Thank you, Kurt. Join us for Week 1 doubleheader action on Monday Night Football.
Remember to listen to Westwood One's coverage of the NFL all season long. Right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7.
At Fisher Investments, we do things differently, and other money managers don't understand why.
Because our way works great for us.
But it may not work for your clients. That's why Fisher Investments is a fiduciary, obligated to put clients first. It's the highest standard for a financial advisor.
So, what do you provide? Cookie-cutter portfolios like the rest of us?
No cookie-cutter portfolios here. Fisher Investments tailors portfolios to meet each client's goals and needs.
But you do sell investments that earn you high commissions, right? And make commissions when you make trades for your clients?
No, Fisher Investments doesn't sell any commission investment products, and we never earn commissions on trades.
So what's in it for you?
Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when our clients do better. When it comes to helping clients achieve a comfortable retirement, we're clearly different. Visit FisherInvestments.com to find out why investors like you switch to us. Fisher Investments, clearly different money management.
Investments in securities involve the risk of loss.
Hi, this is Troy Fiveash, owner of Fiveash Roof Services. You've heard me talk about how we offer the best products, the best warranties, and the best services for years. Now let's talk about pricing. Pricing should never be the only reason you hire a contractor, but in today's world, pricing is always a consideration. So we suggest you get 2 or 3 estimates for your roof replacement from a reputable, licensed, and insured company, and then give us a call. If we can't beat your best price for a comparable roof system by more than $100, we'll give you $100. It's that simple. We are so sure we can offer you the best price, beating all other qualified companies, we will hand you $100 if we can't, and thank you for the opportunity. So give us a call. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? Make $100? Fiveash Roof Services, a proud supporter of Tiger Athletics and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. Fiveash Roof Services, fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Fiveash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Hello? Hello, Mrs. Kuntz. It's the back left tire of your RV calling. Wanted to give you a heads up that I'm going to blow out on the highway later today.
Wait, what?
Says here I'm going to burst in the middle of rush hour.
Well, can we reschedule?
Sorry, our policy states that once we're scheduled to burst, we have to. We really pride ourselves on our commitment to blowouts.
RV owners can't schedule when things go wrong on the road. That's why there's Progressive, a leader in RV insurance.
Do you want a text confirmation when I burst?
Think I'll notice.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Listen Sundays at 11 a.m. to join Idlewild Presbyterian Church for worship. Idlewild is a PCUSA church located in Midtown Memphis.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Gold and shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up dead. You don't head back to Tennessee jail.
Welcome back to a little Sports 56 Happy Hour. I am Johnny Radio on a beautiful Monday. We got 2 football games tonight, Steelers, Giants, and Titans, Cowboys. I can't wait to see what this Titans team's got. I think they're going to beat the brakes off of Von Millerless. And don't forget Mark Barron out of Alabama, their linebacker.
What do you think about? What do you? Okay. Before we get to Hardwood, what do you think about Drew Lock? What? He played well at the end of last season, but you were replacing Joe Flacco, so that wasn't that hard to take a step up.
That's exactly what I was getting ready to say. To me, in all honesty, it really depends on this year, because again, he replaced a really old Joe Flacco, and we're also going to have to see what he's going to do with these type of weapons. And I'm going to be honest, John Elway, he needs Drew Lock to be good. They went out there for some reason and got Phillip Lindsay, who was good last year, and then they go out there and get Melvin Gordon, so they have like 2 good running backs. So Lock's got 2 good, dudes in the.
They have Royce Freeman too.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I forgot they drafted him a few years ago out of Oregon. My goodness.
And now you have Jerry Jeudy, you have Cortland Sutton.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
You have the weapons to get it done.
This is the most important thing. Can Jerry Jeudy become a number 1 in year number 1? And if he can do that, and then by the way, what about tight end Noah Fant? Like, they got the weapons. The thing that scares me about this Denver Broncos team is they're in the AFC West. They don't have Von Miller. They don't have Mark Barron. I think that's going to cause them a whole lot of problems. Listen, Jarrell Casey, nice. But, dude, how much better is he when he's got Von Miller, coming off the other edge? How much better is Bradley Chubb? How much better is that entire defense? How much better would A.J. Bouye and, what's their other quarterback? They got rid of their really good cornerback, Bryce Callahan, because they got rid of my man Tim Harris. Harris.
Chris Harris.
Chris Harris. So they got a total, new secondary and everything, but they got a really good, team, except for they lose Von Miller this year. That's your best defensive player. I'm telling you, Derrick Henry's going to break people open tonight. Get ready and take them Titans and win some money, and let's go to Hardwood.
This is Access Hardwood.
Man, I love talking football, if you can't tell. The fact that it's back.
Me too.
Dude,
me too, man.
The fact that it's back, it feels so dead gum good.
A full Sunday slate of NFL football felt so good.
Man, nothing
just to
felt
sit
better.
on the couch and just watch.
Dude, but I got to tell you one thing. I think people are crazy. I saw the Barstool Sports come out and say Cam Newton's a monster and Tom Brady looks like an antique. Chillax, yo. Cam Newton might look like he needs a walker by the end of the season if you run him 15 times. Come on, Josh McDaniels, don't do that.
He needs to hone
Dude,
it in. Come
what
on,
is it?
man.
Dude,
You
does he
know
think
that.
He's Tim Tebow again?
He's way better than Tim Tebow.
No, but you know what I'm saying? Because
yes, because that's why he took Tim Tebow.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, you knew getting I almost said Tim Tebow. You knew getting Cam Newton that you could not put that type of load on him, and you did it in the first game nonetheless.
That's what she said.
Come on, dude. Oh, of course. Of course you do that.
Speaking of that, that was too funny. I got to kind of switch gears and talk about fighting. Conor McGregor, the Irish guy. Well, guess what? This is a weird situation. By the way, I do have to tell you right now, what I'm about to tell you, his attorney has come out, his manager's come out, and they've issued a statement that says, I'm irate, and I'm not putting up with this. We're not putting out a warning. We are putting out a warning loud and clear. Conor McGregor is not and will not be a target for those seeking to score a headline or a payday. Shameless. Woohoo. So they came out, you can obviously understand they're very irate. But on September 6th, there's a lady who says that Conor McGregor showed his privates to her when she didn't want to see them, and that is exhibit. He exhibited his private parts without her consent as she made her way to the bar restroom on September 6th. Those are the allegations. Now, he was chilling like a villain, hanging out with like Prince Charlene of Monaco or whatever. He's got his wife. He's got his kids, he's got his family, and he's talking with the police. That's not a very good look. That's not a very good day. He was arrested. Attempted sexual assault and sexual exhibition are the prosecution or the terms according to the prosecutors. He's over in Corsica. I don't even know where Corsica is. Where is Corsica? Italy or something? Where is that? Do you know?
I'll check.
Somewhere dope, I know that, because there's a bunch of yachts around, and it looks just like rich people everywhere. How do I know it looks like rich people everywhere? Because there's yachts all over the place.
France.
Ooh, nice. So he's chilling in France, bro. This is going to be interesting. I'm kind of figured that in France, Like, aren't they very, at least they're, man, that is so wrong. How do I say this?
If it's too wrong, you don't have to say it.
It's not that wrong. It's, okay, the French are more, like, Americans are so, like men, like, remember the whole, like, you don't remember this, you were probably a kid, but a couple of French students who went to school with me would always laugh that I can't believe that y'all are on Bill Clinton for the Monica Lewinsky situation. Like, y'all are going to impeach a president over lying about having an affair? Like, who cares where he, basically his privates go? So the fact that this is in France is shocking to me because I very vividly remember that because that was the biggest story and the only people who were like literally laughing and like, I can't believe, and I just remember them saying to me, "You Americans, man," you know, like, oh. So the fact that this happened in France kind of shocked me. That's why I said Italy. I had to think it's anywhere but that. But do you think that with this statement that Conor McGregor issued, the fact that he's there with his mother, his father, his wife, and his kids, like, do you believe this?
Man, I don't
It's a
know.
tough one,
Nothing's out of the
Realm of
question
possibility?
with him when you're talking about
you
Conor
know what?
McGregor.
That is true.
Like, he punched a guy in the face he punched an old man in the face for not taking a shot with him, basically.
But he's
right?
never been known as a peeping Tom. I mean, or not a peeping Tom. What is it when you're a flasher? He's never been known as a flasher.
I don't know. He seems like a guy that could get riled up and drunk and out of
Drink
his
a little
element.
too much
and-
Jameson.
Yeah.
And just
Well, no,
decide-
Proper 12. That's his
Oh, is he
brand.
a Proper 12?
Yeah, that's his brand.
Dig that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Proper
that's
12.
right. That's
Proper
his
12.
own brand.
Now, in a good note,
You got a good note.
Pau Gasol and his wife Catherine McDonald had a child this
Yeah,
weekend.
they also named the
And
middle name Gigi or
how
Gia. Yeah.
how awesome is that?
Wasn't it Gigi? Or
It's
Gianna?
Gianna. It's
Gianna, that's it. I
Gianna.
couldn't remember. That is awesome. In tribute to Kobe Bryant's
It's Elizabeth Gianna Gasol.
daughter. That is so awesome.
Really cool, and he did say #GirlDad. Very meaningful name for our super beautiful daughter.
That is really, really cool. Now, speaking of things that are really, really cool, there's some 2 kids that came out this week, and I noticed them because I'm a father. You know, I don't have like a console or whatever like they always freak out when people come to my house. They're like, "Dude, where's your gaming console?" I'm like, I don't have a console.
But I got MLB Network. Let's turn on MLB
Yeah,
Network
dude, I got
and let's
MLB
watch.
Network, bro. I got the whole package, man. And I got Netflix too, man. I'm going crazy.
Okay, so it's either. So what does Honey watch? She watches E. What does she watch?
She watches murder porn or
So she ID Network?
90 Day Fiancé.
So is that all ID?
It's ID or TLC.
So ID, TLC, or MLB Network. There's no other channels you guys watch.
No, I watch Good Morning Football in the morning.
Okay.
Remember?
Even though you don't like Peter Schrager.
Peter Schrager's one of the reasons I tune in because I just want to punch him in the face. And in the morning, I get my coffee.
Well, it sounds like he
I
might
gotta
be
get a
doing his
little amped up.
job.
I'm like, oh, I'm going to punch
He
that
might
dude.
be doing his
No,
job.
he is doing his job.
Really
He
well.
gets me tune in. He gets me. I drink my coffee, do a couple punches to the face. Gets me hyped for the day because he says the most outlandish, stupid stuff I've ever. Like, dude, the stuff that comes out of that guy's mouth just freaks me out. And yes, it does get me to watch every morning. So yeah, I guess he's doing his job. I mean, I love Gayle King, but I'm not even tuning into her in the morning.
And you watch History Channel after dark, right?
Bro, when they got the aliens on,
Yeah.
I'm all up in that joint. You
Yeah.
know this. By the way, I watched the Bob Lazar thing this weekend on Netflix.
Oh, how was that?
Ooh, Element 115, people. He said it in 1989, and now it's been
Tune
proven
in.
we got it.
Hey.
He said we had it in 1989.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Element 115? I might
yeah.
have to check it out.
Yeah, check it out. It's really good, actually. It kind of freaks you out that he said all this stuff in like 1989, and now we actually have all this stuff, you know, in 2020. And you're like, oh, maybe he's not a lunatic. We really got 9 flying saucers, and like nobody even knew of Area 51. Did you know that? He's a dude who exposed Area 51. The whole situation. Dude, I watched it this weekend. You know, the Hardwood is great on Aliens. But yeah, it's crazy. But also to parents. I noticed this weekend and I almost flipped out. So it was trending. And it was one of those things that's kind of for you on your little thing. And it was talking about kids or whatever. And like parents, will you let your kids play video games with like this big question? And the reason was because these two guys came out there. His name is Ian Porter and Anthony Castro. Now, a.k.a. Shotzi, a.k.a. Crimmy 6, whatever that is. Crim 6. Anyway, they play on they're E-Stars. What is it? Esports Stars? You know, they play video games. Guess what they just pocketed this weekend? $1.5 million. This weekend.
Yeah, that'll do it.
The dude said...
I've been trying to tell you this, man.
Dude, I'm freaking out. Dude says his parents were upset with him and told him, no, you have to get a real job. And Ian Porter said, when I bought my parents a house, they finally got off my case. I said, Mom, I will make more this month playing Call of Duty than you and your dad. He told this to his parents. He said, I'll make more this month playing Call of Duty than you and Dad have in the last 10 years, and I'll buy you a house. When he did that, they finally got off. They finally got off of his back.
And also, I do want to. People need to think about the longevity. It's not like they can get injured and like get screwed up. They're playing video games.
I didn't think about that either.
Right? So the longevity, they can keep doing it forever.
Like, he's so super rich. By the way, these two guys I'm talking about, one of their teams is sponsored by Post Malone. They play again in the professional leagues all over the place. And again, this weekend they each earned $1.5 million apiece. And when I try to look up their salary, it just keeps saying we're super rich, bro. And it says they got like 7 sponsors, blah blah blah. And again, a 1 week, like a one tournament payday is $1.5 million. I don't even know how that even happened, man. Like, I would have played video games. Damn it! Like, I don't even have a video game console, like I said. But then I wanted to bring this up because video games are getting big. But dude, have you heard about how big the Tiger effect is? And I'm gonna ask you to speak about this, Gabe Kuhn, because I want to ask you. You're more of a golf fan, honestly, than even I am. And neither one of us are basically golf fans. Is basically what I'm trying to say. But do you know any of these guys? Because I don't know these guys.
Are you talking about the top of the leaderboard at the Safeway?
I know Stuart Sink. Yeah.
He won the thing, right?
Yeah.
Well, other than that, no. I did. I mean,
did you know who
what's it? Kevin Streelman was
I've
the
heard
one I
of
knew.
Kevin Streelman.
He was a top 10
Trash
finish, right?
Reevy and who's like Redmond. Like, you kind of hear him, but like I couldn't pick him out in the lineup. I'd be like, oh damn. You know
like if I was in a situation to make golf picks this week, I would have had nobody in the top 10. Like,
well, speaking of the Tiger effect, do you know that little bitty tournament, the Safeway Open? Yes, the Safeway Open, which Stuart Sink edged Harry Higgs by a whole toop.
Oh, Harry Higgs, my guy.
Higgs. I don't know who Harry Higgs is. It had a $1.18 million champion. That is called the Tiger effect. But dude, first place at the video game took actually a larger purse than golf this weekend. That's all I just want to say. Wait, $1.18 million, and people are going, Tiger effect, bro. Look at that. $1.18 million. Tiger effect. But then, two little dudes, Crimza and Schnazzy or whatever his name was. What was it? Shotzi and Crim 6 made $1.5 million a piece this weekend. That's a $3 million purse. Bro, how did esports get this fast, this big, this fast? I really, one day, I almost kind of wish a long time ago, somebody asked me to go do like an esports
what's the streaming?
event.
What's the streaming service that you? What's that stuff called? Where? Oh my!
We
gosh.
had it for a minute. Where people watch
Twitch. I think that's been part of it. Is you can broadcast your live events.
By the way, the kid that's
on
28 years old that won $1.5 million looks 12. By the way, and I got to take a break. I'm late for it. I just can't believe that the $1.8 million purse, which is awesome for golf, that's called the Tiger effect, wasn't as big as the esports from this weekend. This world is weird, but we got football back. We'll be right back. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Search Sports 56 on Facebook and give us a like. And follow us on Twitter at Sports 56 WHBQ.
I want to invite you to come by the Spirit Shop. You know, that little log cabin on Poplar, your liquor and wine oasis. The Spirit Shop has been providing sports fans their beverage needs since way back in 1969. So come in now and get ready for the big game. Whether your favorite team wins or loses, the Spirit Shop will help you celebrate or ease that pain away. The Spirit Shop is open every day, and they're located perfectly at 4848 Poplar. That's the corner of Poplar and St. Nick.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage. Factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
You have to be up in 5 hours, 2 hours, 6 minutes. And when you hear, you realize that you haven't slept a wink. That's why there's ZzzQuil Pure Z's, a drug-free blend of botanicals with an optimal dose of melatonin, so you can fall asleep naturally with no next-day grogginess. It's available in both liquid and gummies, tastes great, and is non-habit forming. Pick up ZzzQuil Pure Z's from the sleep experts at Vicks ZzzQuil. ZzzQuil Pure Z's, naturally superior sleep. Available at retailers near you.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Let's go!
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers.
What a wild weekend, man. What a wild weekend. Mike Norvell fell. 3 Big 12 teams, they fell as well. That's right, all to Sun Belt teams as Arkansas State, who Memphis dropped, beat Kansas State. Louisiana Raging Cajuns, they dropped the 23rd ranked Iowa State team. That's right. They fell 31-14. That is not a joke. And I also have to say, it could have gotten a lot worse. Kansas also lost. Kansas State, Iowa State, they're all embarrassed. But, dude, Texas Tech held off Houston Baptist 35-33, but gave up 567 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air to Bailey Zappi. By the way, after that game, he's now leading the nation in yardage. 1,047 yards, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions through 2 games.
And know what people tend to do that I already saw, and I brought this up at the beginning of the show. People do these mental gymnastics to make excuses for these Big 12 teams. Oh, well, it's just not normal. They didn't have home field advantage. These teams were ramped up to go. These Big 12 teams weren't ramped up to go.
Please.
God, just stop with it.
And just say y'all stink.
Seriously.
If they didn't have Oklahoma, who would talk? Nobody would even talk about you. You're lucky you got Lincoln Riley. Deal with it. By the way,
Spencer Rattler, by the way.
Spencer Rattler looks good. Alec Mills, by the way, Cubs threw a no-hitter. First since Jake Arrieta, Albert Pujols, 660, baby. Tied for 5th with the great one, Willie Mays. And by the way, the Nuggets and Joker force a Game 7. That's tomorrow night. So we got Heat Game 1 versus the Celtics. And then winner take all, Western Conference semis, Game 7, Clippers, Nuggets, 8 o'clock tomorrow. But tonight, we got NFL action. You can hear it all right here on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM. Coming up next, Wolo and Stats. For Gabe, I'm John. Get out there. Make the world a better place. We'll see you on the flip side. Peace.
There's a new